Rishi Sunak's flagship Maths for Adults plan has been cut back again. We're going to read into this exclusive from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from iNews with the headline of Sunak's flagship Maths for Adults plan has been cut back again. More than 40 million of multiplies £130 million budget went unspent by local councils last year, with the money returned to government. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. So councils were given a £130 million budget for this, and they've not used it. And the money got returned to government. Why couldn't they keep that money for things that the councils might need? Questions. If there's one thing I do know, guys, is that this whole flagship of Sunak about maths for adults and whatnot is complete nonsense. This is not something that our education system needs right now, and there are other priorities that need to be taken place. Like, how about fixing the crumbling school buildings, for example, in our education system to ensure that children are, studying and being taught in safe working environments, just as a hypothetical example, and making sure that our teachers, assistant teachers, are getting a fairly decent pay as well. How about that? Yeah, for our state and public schools, that they could be a good start. In terms of it, I think that should be something that should be more intertwined. I think in terms of flagship maths for adults. But this is, I just feel like, again, like with Sunak and with this Conservative government, it's just a case of just distracting from one thing and just talking about something completely different when we have so many issues taking place in this country. And this is another one where it's more like a gimmick idea rather than actually something that's very serious that will actually really make a difference in people's lives. Maths is important. No, I'm not saying maths isn't important. Maths is important, and I think it's important to teach kids. But do we need to be doing it for such a long period of time in schools? Here's a debate that some people have had as well. It depends what your career is, I think, is the answer you'd be looking for with regards to maths. So Rishi Sunak's flagship policy to improve math skills among adults has been cut back for the second time in as many years the eye can reveal. The rollout of Multiply has been beset with problems, and last year £41 million of the project's £130 million budget went unspent by local councils, with the money returned to central government due to spending rules. It marks the 7th year in a row that the programme has seen its budget reduced. Launched in spring 2022, the £560 million scheme aims to improve numeracy among UK adults through free courses over a 3-year period. It was hoped the initiative would help 500,000 adults. However, only 66,000 people had completed courses at the scheme's halfway point, according to the Department of Education, the DFE's statistics. According to experts, providers of Multiply said that the policy's design was hindering their ability to offer the training to the public. The status of Multiply could be embarrassing for the Prime Minister, who has championed maths training and made Maths to 18 one of his flagship policies of his premiership. Nearly half of the UK's working age population has expected numeracy levels of primary school leavers, according to the National Numeracy charity. And where's the and a serious question? Where is the incentive for adults for this? Where is the incentive for the adults to do this? That's my question. Like, you open the initiative will get 500,000 adults, and only 66,000 completed the course at the scheme's halfway point, not even fully. What's the end goal here for this? Like, what, they just try and get them into work or something? Is that what the point is of it? Struggling with this one. Mr. Sunak announced Multiply as Chancellor in his 2021 autumn budget, telling the Commons that people with poor numeracy skills are more than twice as likely to be unemployed as their peers, and that the programme would help to change people's lives across the whole United Kingdom. Well, has it changed people's lives? No, it has not. So, for those who don't know, what is Multiply? Multiply, which runs until March 2025, offers free and flexible classes to over 19s who do not have a C grade in GCSE maths or equivalent qualifications. Local councils, funded by a post-Brexit government grant scheme, worked with further education providers to offer drop-in sessions and incentive courses. In addition, the 66,000 people who have completed training, a further 200,000 have begun or enrolled on courses. Administrative issues with providing multiple courses were reported early on, with reports suggesting that bureaucracy was an obstacle for some councils. In 2023, the Financial Times reported that £13 million of the funding given to councils was handed back as authorities struggled to spend the allocated funds in time. One council said the DfE did not sign off any of its proposals until the second half of 2022, meaning schemes could only start in the fourth quarter of the year. Well, the thing is, they put limits on what counts on. They put severe restrictions on where they spend this money and whatnot. And they were very late in saying of the proposals and all this kind of stuff. So it didn't exactly help the councils here. So, I mean, it gave them the money, but it was like, hold on, we need to tell you what you can and can't do before you can use it. Yeah. This is what you call decisive planning from the Conservative Party. Plans to roll out digital platforms for people to access training on demand at an expected cost of £100 million were scrapped in 2023 following the parliamentary review. Labour accused the government of having no plan for education beyond a succession of failing gimmicks. What we need and what we have been clear that Labour will bring is a focus on mathematics right at the start of school, said the Shadow Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson. Maureen Hogg, a senior policy manager at the Association of College, told the Eye that the £41 million cut was disappointing. We've heard from colleges that the programme is making real impact and learners are progressing. However, in adult education broadly, progress does not happen overnight, and colleagues want to offer Multiply have been hindered by the funding of commissioning processes. For any place to have an impact in the long term, sustained funding needs to be in place. The cuts to funding are disappointing, and this follows a trend in the lack of investment in adult education more broadly. This at a time when which 9 million people have poor literacy, numeracy, and digital skills. Colleges are keen to offer high-quality courses to ensure adults can gain skills and confidence in maths, but are hampered by funding and resources. The funding decisions for Multiply are considered controversial by some because of its uses a pot of money. The UK Shared Prosperity Fund to plug the local funding gaps in the wake of Brexit. Local government expert Jack Shaw argued it did not provide the best value for money. While investing in numeracy is important, the government was wrong to slash the Shared Prosperity Fund to fund Multiply, giving it a short 3-year funding stream. It is also curious that while underspending elsewhere has been rolled over so that they can spend it at a later date, Multiply has been clawed back by the Department of Education if not spent within 12 months. In the context of the short-term funding system, ongoing policy churn and limited flexibility, it's not surprising that Multiply has failed to reach the numbers intended. This reflects an over-centralised approach that, regardless of what the government is investing in, it's not providing the best value for money. The local government association said councils worked quickly with the government to learn Multiply's offers for adults through local partnership and identify and engage new learners. However, a new service like this can take time to build up, which is why a multi-year flexible funding is vital to delivering its efficacy and to improve services for communities. The DfE has said, Multiply has enabled thousands of adults to undertake courses designed to boost the numbers of confidence and give local areas across the country the flexibility to offer a wide range of initiative programs to suit their communities. We remain committed to giving people the essential numeracy skills they need to build successful careers. That's why the Prime Minister has reaffirmed his commitment to maths to the age of 18, including through the announcement of a new advanced British standard. Well, I don't think it's going to be lasting for long, if I'm absolutely honest. I think Labour will try to simplify this or scrap it altogether, one of the two, I think. I think that's their best intention. Don't get me wrong, I think the idea of adult numeracy to help bring more adults back into work and whatnot, I think it's a welcome idea, but I don't think that's the fundamental solution to dealing with many people who are on benefits right now and getting them back into work. I don't think that's the solution. That's just my personal opinion. You can disagree, but I don't think that's the solution to this crisis when it comes to it. But we don't need to be teaching kids up to the age of 18 numeracy. It's not a necessity. It's not something that needs to be done. And Rishi Sunak, obviously with his rich and wealthy background and private school and whatnot, It's a very different kind of world to what ordinary kids have been going through, ordinary adults go through, if I'm honest. So I would say like this project should be scrapped. I don't think it's really that helpful in my honest opinion. In terms of whether or not it helps adults, I'm skeptical, but at the same time, I'm not a teacher. It may have made a difference to some people, but if you're going to do a project like this, you've got to stick, as it says in the article, guys. If you want to do a project like this and you really want to make it work and you really want to make it successful, you know, it's going to take a long time to get it working. You can't just, you know, flick on a switch and expect it to just work just out of thin magic. That's not how life works. Things take time. You know, when you start a project, you got to, you know, if you start it, you got to finish it. You can't just do a couple of years and then make some cuts here and whatnot. That's not how it's going to work. So, yeah, feels like, yeah, a lot of taxpayer money has been wasted on this project, if I'm honest, guys. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of Sunak's flagship Maths for Adults plan? Do you think it made sense? Do you think Multiplier had a purpose? Do you think it would have been helpful to people? Do you think there's any reason for kids to be learning maths all the way up to the age of 18? Does it have any benefits? Let me know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below, what you think of this policy and more. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.